Welcome, gentle gals and lady gents, to another Simple Stride Ableton Live 10 tutorial. Today's sponsorship is by nobody, because that's just how it is. Alright, today I'm going to be talking about compression and fitting a vocal track into a mix just like butter, you know? So let's jump right into it. I'm going to show you what I've got going on here. I have a song called Distant Memories. It's an old project of mine, so that's what we're going to be working with today. Alright, so right off the bat, when I play this audio, we're at negative 24 decibels. So that's like kind of like when I'm low and I'm not singing very loud or very prominent. So when we get louder, so there is a bit of fluctuation right there, and as for an example, I'm just going to go nuts with compression. So we're going to take a compressor unit, we're going to throw it right onto our vocal. So that is one. We're actually going to use two more. Alright, let's go back and let's loop this selection. So that's going to be Command L. Command L is going to loop the selection. And we are going to turn off two compressors to start. So let's play that right now. So most people don't know what compression is. Compression is the ratio, say you have a ratio of 2 to 1 and you have a threshold. Here's your threshold. You turn a knob, that threshold is going to be at the top, right? My head's the audio. You turn a knob and my head's like sticking up past the threshold. So my head represents 2 decibels. So if I have 2 decibels above my threshold, there's going to be 1 decibel of gain reduction. You feel? That way, my very loud audio and my very soft audio are brought back down and are picked back up. And it will pretty much fit into an exact spot on a fader. So we're going to start with our very first compression unit. We're going to turn up the compression up to a very high compression, and I'll tell you a reasoning here in a second. I want a fast attack and I want a fast release. So let's play the audio. So here's our threshold. We got to pull this down just a little bit to activate it. Bam. So that's all we need. Just that little bit of gain reduction, because we don't want to go nuts with it. I will show you what happens when we go nuts with it. Yeah, it's awful. Bam, so when I get that paper photograph, it's not the same graph, it's going to bring that graph, it's going to bring that phrase graph down just a little bit. Let's jump to our second compression unit. And we can bring down the out of this compression a little bit as well. So we will go to, let's do a 3 to 1 ratio. We want a fast attack, a fast release. And let's play it. Now we want a little bit more gain reduction, because we're not going so heavy on the gain reduction, because we're just pulling it back down to a 3 to 1 compression ratio. Let's select our last compression. So this is going to be a 2 to 1. We can even bring it back down even further, 1.5 to 1. And I am going to select a little bit of attack. So that's more of like an attack. If you hit a snare, pow! That snare is going to snap. It's going to be instant. Now, if you hit a snare and you raise your attack, it's going to go instead of a, you know what I mean? I think you know what I mean. Anyway, music. how do musicians talk to each other? Just goes like near, you know, like do, and then it and a big old crash. I love it. Alright, so back to the topic at hand. We're going to pull down a release. I'll keep a little bit of release. and then we're gonna pull down the threshold even more. It's kind of a pull this back a little bit. And now look at our audio signal. It's not even moving. It's right here. We can pull it down a little bit. Or bring it up. Okay, so that is about it for our compression. Let's now, since we have compression start, this is our signal flow, we are going to now do some graphic EQ, like an EQ8. I like to do EQs post compression, not pre-compression, because if it's pre, any adjustments or any changes that you made pre-compression will get boosted by all your compressor units right in front of it. So we compress the raw dry signal first, and then we EQ. So you can pull up the EQ by this little arrow right here. That will give you a big graph, and you can pull it all the way up. We can just use the entire screen. So we don't even have to we don't have to like use any of this. Now here we're reading at so we're about this is about like 40 hertz. We're not even using that, so let's just drop that off by doing a high pass filter. It's just flubber. It's like that's all it is. That's all you're hearing. You can't even hear that low of a frequency. Alright, now let's boost to 1K. So I want some more prominence, I want some more air in my vocals. It's like that's the air. Like just bring it up. It just makes it sound better, more professional. I'm gonna bring this down just a little bit because it is kind of loud. That's better. That's a lot better. All right, so we'll go back. We are done with our EQ. And look, we just minimum EQ. Like, you don't have to go nuts, and you don't have to like change your EQ all wonky. Like, no, don't do that. All right, so here is our sends. We got our sends right here. I'm gonna put this arrow to get rid of that. And here is our insert returns. So an insert return is going to be, I apologize, the Option Command T to add another insert return. Sorry, I'm still learning the quick keys on this, even though I just threw up a video on quick keys, which I'll post in the link in the description. It's going to be in that corner. Yeah, I'll throw it up in that corner right about now. If you want to click on it, go ahead and check out that video for all the short keys. Over 20 short keys for Ableton Live 10. All right, moving on. Let's go and add. So I have like a warm reverb on here, right? So we have a warm reverb. I just pretty much brought it in from here. I went to reverb, and I went to hall or room or whatever, and then I just threw something on here. That warm reverb is going to show up on the letter D, as you can see right here, and that's going to be sent back to our track as our send as in D right here. And so if we wanted to send that, we can send a bunch of reverb or a little. You also have this is considered to be a wet and dry ratio. This is also a wet to dry ratio, so you can pull this back, and it just allows you more control over how much you're sending to your track. Also, it uses less CPU doing it this way. Say if you had 10 tracks and you want to send, say you put a compressor on it, you can send a compressor to 10 tracks. It is really cool, and it will use a ton of less. Like your computer is going to be running like a fat guy eating a pizza on the side of the street, trying to like chase down a dairy truck. You know, hear the ring, do 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 do. I'm sorry that That was so dumb. Like, it's gonna make your computer run slow. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's just gonna make your computer run slow is all I get out. So by busing, technically busing, um, you can bus to multiple different tracks if you put it on an insert return. And you can do, I don't know why I just moved that, but I did, on an insert return. Pause. Okay, let's see. Playback, sample rates. What the heck are those? All right. So there's if you hit command comma is going to open up your system preferences within Ableton. Right now we have the audio input device as my complete 6 for my in and out, and that's technically what you guys are hearing from my external speakers right now. If you go down just a little bit, sample rate 4800. This is going to be your recording sample rate, and my computer can't handle 88, 200, or even 96. So my computer can handle 48. So that's why I leave it there. Buffer size. Buffer size is going to deal with your latency. And so for playback, I like to keep it like, doesn't really matter what you choose, but for playback, I have it at 124 samples. That seems to be a good playback for me. I don't even worry about all the other numbers. 64 and 1024 are the only two I mess with. 64 is a really good recording sample. I mean, between 64 and 32, you can't hear a difference. Between 1024 and 2048, you can't hear a difference. But say if you're trying to record with 124, you're going to hear some latency. It's going to be weird. And say if you have a lot of processing, a lot of like CPU using up in your computer, and you try to play back and you're hearing pops and clicks, this is where the problem lies, is you just need to increase your sample rate. So I keep it at 124 samples. All right, let's see what else I can talk about. Okay, so another important fact that I just figured out: if you wanted the sense to be post or pre-fader, so meaning I have the fader up, it's working. This is usually if you're doing like headphone sense or whatever, you would want it pre, so you wouldn't hear it out of your external speakers, and you can send it somewhere else. Here's the option for your sense to change any of them to post or pre-fader. Well, that about wraps it up for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's going to be in that corner. And leave a comment, leave a like, comment on if you want, what else do you want me to talk about, if I missed anything, if I said something wrong. I never know, I'm still learning. Just let me know. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and you have a wonderful day. Simple Stride out. Peace, guys.